Welcome to the Instagram stories for Wednesday, May 25th. I'm your host, Daniel Hill. I came across a really good blog post today from Taylor Loren. Now, oftentimes I talk about Taylor Lorenz, who is a writer for formerly the New York Times and the Atlantic, now at the Washington Post, and I love all her content. But Taylor Loren started at the brand Later, the social media company who has the Instagram scheduling app. Now she's on her own, but she was on episode number 28 of my podcast, The Instagram Stories. I like her content, excellent quality. And today she had a post all about if you've had a recent dip in your engagement on Instagram and what you can do about it. Normally, her posts, which are reels, get about 100,000 views. She said that this is consistent across most of her efforts. However, she recently posted a reel that at the end of the day only had 3,000 views compared to normally 100,000 views. Now, this is something that most people would be pretty upset about. She explains not only the numbers and the impact it has, but also what it does psychologically. She explained that when your business or your paycheck relies on Instagram, it feels super defeating when you're experiencing lower than average numbers. Imagine you worked really hard on the content for a new product launch, only to have it flop. If you're a creator who relies on brand partnerships for income, having a sponsored post flop can literally impact their income. At times, brands may want to test partnerships with you first, and if that test was something that flopped, well, chances are you're not going to be working with that brand. So what happens when your engagement drops? Your brain goes into panic mode, right? And that's actually very similar to the panic that everyone is experiencing right now with the stock market. You start going to all the worst case scenarios. What if you lose all your customers from Instagram, or you lose your income, or maybe you should just switch entirely to TikTok and never use Instagram again? All these questions. And she explains that what you're doing in that case is creating a scarcity mindset. Fearing the worst, thinking there's not enough engagement to go around. That may or may not be real. It might just be perceived. And she quotes one of her favorite Instagram accounts that explains that when your brain is in that scarcity mindset, it begins tunneling. Tunneling is the act of hyper-focusing on the scarce resource beyond what is practical. You become so absorbed in worrying, you neglect more important things in life, and you have less energy to devote elsewhere. As a result, you become more impulsive, less able to resist temptation, and overall dumber in your decision-making. So what can you actually do in this scenario when your engagement is down? I'm going to share those things, but first, a quick word from our sponsor, #Slayer.com. The Instagram Stories is sponsored by #Slayer.com, the easy Instagram hashtag tool that helps save you time and get more views on your content. I'm a big fan of this product. It really changed my view overall of hashtags and what was possible through having the right hashtags. Start growing at #Slayer.com and be sure to upgrade using coupon code IGStories to get your first month completely free. That's coupon code IGStories. And we're back. Okay, 5 things to do to get your engagement back up when you're struggling. First, take a break from posting for 24 to 48 hours. For story views, this seems to be a really big help. Second, post something from a topic that you know will get a lot of engagement. Whatever category that is that typically does very well for you, do a carousel post on it with some valuable tips or other things that your audience would want to see. Next, post a reel that uses trending audio. Try to make it lighthearted, funny, silly, meme kind of content, just to get some engagement from your audience that they will enjoy and connect with. Next recommendation is to post a tweet post. I have seen tweet posts perform really well. Tweet something that you feel strongly about or a tweet that has done well on Twitter. Take a screenshot of it and post it in the feed. Last suggestion, stay focused on the people who are interacting with your content instead of focusing on the people who aren't. Reply back to comments, spend more time in your DMs interacting with people. Those are just really good strategy tips that will help you to deal with having a downturn of engagement. I'm going to include the link to this newsletter in the show notes. I really like Taylor Loren as a person. I like her content. I have purchased her Instagram Reels course, but I haven't gone through it yet. It's on my to-do list. Anyway, check out this link in the show notes with all the information. That's going to do it for today's show. Be sure to come back tomorrow for more Instagram news, strategy, tips, and more.
I'm not yet a member of the Instagram team, but my podcast covers many Instagram themes. But the name, image, logos are trademarks at Instagram and the LCC in the USA and every territory. Everything I publish independently until Zuck returns my DMs and starts to pay my salary. Not sponsored or endorsed, no lies, no fallacies. I use their logo with permission, not malicious or callously. No trademark violation, filling all criteria. Follow me on Instagram or Twitter at Daniel Hill Media.